could not be different. Aharon and me lived so happily together, and we were everybody in his own space, in his own profession, totally free. A lot of space. Psychological, philosophical, physical, mental, and we were so devoted, everybody to his total work. Aharon with his linguistics and me with my music compositions. And it was so important for Aharon to work in his field that he said all the time, I'm doing something sacred. When he met the doctors, he told them, I'm okay, leave me. I just want to do my work. I do something for the mankind. In this corner, still his computer stands here, located exactly on the point that it was all his life. 35 years together in this flat. He was a lot in this place, working individually, day and night, with this computer. He used to take books from one place to another, especially when he worked on a family or a group of families, or group of languages. He took the books here, they are all surrounding him, he's working on that, hardly jumps up and goes to another place, then he moves other books from another family to this place. I must say that all this room was so full of shelves and columns of dictionaries of all languages that we know from his research, the Nostratic macro family. When he died, it was really astonishing. He did not feel that he is going to die. He was still working. He went from his bed there, just going to the computer, to his chair, and fell on a mountain of books, very softly. And he was also very nice when he died. So it was very natural for me to think that this whole treasure should not stay here, but go somewhere else, to a place that could be for the public. And thanks to Clara and thanks to Lida, we are now in Jerusalem building the Center for Nostratic Research on his name. Thanks for everybody that is helping.
Reconstructing a long-lost language involves recreating a complete grammar and syntax, as well as a vocabulary. This mammoth task is taking place in the midst of one of the oddest collections of dictionaries and grammars in the world. Aharon Dolgopolsky is another Russian linguist living in exile in Israel. He starts with words that he believes are more resistant to change over time.
Linguists know where to look for ancient words. We know that what is called the kernel vocabulary is usually stable. For instance, the word for water, as you know, in English is just the same as in German and as in Russian. So we know that in which meanings we can expect to find a word which has been preserved for thousands of years. Well, it includes body parts, words for water and well, to eat, to be, man, etc. When we walk near the seashore, we may realize that in a certain sense these Nostratic people can use the Latin word mare nostrum, our sea, just as Romans did to the Mediterranean. Probably some people would say mare nostraticum. Not all Nostratic languages even ancient Nostratic languages were near the Mediterranean, but part of them were. Semitic Berber and Egyptian are on the border of Mediterranean. Now, Indo-European, its cradle is near the Mediterranean and Anatolia, and then other languages a little bit to the east.
But how persuasive are Ruland's examples to other linguists? Has he unearthed the true mother tongue?
It's quite possible. There are some very, very impressive examples, but impressive examples is one thing, but serious reconstruction, in order to make it, we must first reconstruct all kinds of languages. This is one thing. That's why I think that it is probably feasible, but just today it is probably too early.
עכשיו היינו רוצים לשמוע מהם החומרים הממשיים. תן לנו דוגמאות של חומרים לשוניים ממשיים הקיימים בשפות השונות, שמעלות את הרעיון שיש קשר בין כל השפות, בין כל המשפחות האלה.
טוב, יש המון שורשים משותפים בין כל השפות האלה שהן משותפים. זה אפשר לראות, בנינו את הפונטיקה השוואתית בין השפות. אנחנו יודעים איזו פונמה פרוטו-נוסטרטית הופכת לאיזו פונמה הודו-אירופית, איזו פונמה שמית וכו' וכו'. לפי חוקים מדויקים, כמו בכלל בכל בלשנות משווה.
Dear friends, comparative Semito-Hamitic linguistics has suffered a great loss recently. Aharon Borisovich Dolgopolsky, doyen of this domain, professor emeritus of Haifa University, passed away at the end of July 2012 in his home. He worked until the very last moment of his life, which ended in his huge library room among his beloved books.
I have met Aharon Dolgopolsky 50 years ago in the year 1962 in Moscow. Dolgopolsky was already working as a researcher in the Department of Structural Linguistics of the Soviet Academy of Sciences. The head of the department, Professor Shulman, has allowed us to work on any interesting topic. So Dolgopolsky was working primarily on the reconstruction of an ancient language spoken over 12,000 years ago. This language is usually called a Nostratic proto-language. Dolgopolsky immediately started to speak to me about his work, and this was interesting to me because I myself have worked a little in the field of the distant relations of languages. Many years have passed. All the time, Dolgopolsky has mostly worked on compiling a colossal dictionary of Nostratic, and he finished his work a few years ago, though he continued his research because he got more and more of new linguistic material. The Nostratic proto-language reconstructed by Dolgopolsky have split several thousand years ago into 6 dialects, which later became separate languages: Indo-European, Afro-Asiatic, Kartvelian, Uralic, Altaic, and Dravidian. Slowly, these languages have turned into 6 large families, each consisting of many languages. The Nostratic languages are spoken today in the whole world, including America, where these languages started to spread just a few centuries ago. Professor Dolgopolsky knew the Nostratic languages very well. His task was to reveal many sound laws which were governing these languages. And he then reconstructed the Nostratic sound systems. Naturally, in Dolgopolsky's Stratic Dictionary, there are many complex but also very precise tables of phonetic correspondences between languages. But Dolgopolsky's main result consisted in reconstructing of the Stratic lexics, words. All these in accordance with the rules which govern the evolution of sounds. If one looks through his dictionary, one can easily find ancient words reconstructed by him which designate objects, even tools, used by ancient people thousands of years ago. Some words are unusual. For instance, those which denote the process of slowly crossing a mountain. Actually, this was a normal word for our ancestors because they were constantly moving from place to place looking for food, spreading practically through the whole world.
The world of linguists mourns for one of its greatest members, Professor Dr. Aharon Dolgopolsky, an outstanding scholar and wonderful humane personality. He remains the symbol of a cultural hero on a universal and historic scale, who, throughout his life, has devoted his talent and unfailing energy to the realization of the linguistic, humane, cultural ideal to a profound degree. He aspired to describe in a brilliant scientific manner the relationship between languages from the earliest times as evidence of the human race's common history and way of life. This is a particularly daring mission, since he entered into the very essence of the phonological, lexical and grammatical structure and etymology and stocks of different language families, such as Indo-European, Semito-Hamitic, Kartvelian, Uralic, Altaic and Dravidian. Most linguists specialize in a more or less narrow linguistic field, whereas Dolgopolsky's scope of research reaches out for the common linguistic foundation of transgenetic relationship. Dolgopolsky's excellence was that by means of extremely detailed data evidence, he succeeded in proving the relationship between seemingly distant linguistic families. He began to publish on this field of nostratic issues in 1963. At about this time, he also worked on the reconstruction of Proto-Cushitic, the fundamental comparative historical dictionary of Cushitic languages, which appeared in 1973, testified to its author's immense knowledge in this field and his expert treatment of lexical data. Since then, he continued his fruitful research at Haifa University in Israel. Over the past decades, he kept preparing his magnum opus, the Nostratic Dictionary, the first comparative dictionary of the Nostratic languages. The immense quantity of etymologies he has proposed and his exceptional exactitude and masterful way of presenting the lexical data are the outstanding qualities of his great achievement. Aharon Dolgopolsky's capacities were far beyond the normal. He had a sound professional knowledge and an excellent acquaintance with the literature of a very wide range of languages. He was fond of fierce debate, devoid of personal and academic preconceptions, and led by his eagerness to learn objective reality with inexhaustible energy. as R.M. Bulatova wrote in 1989, quote, Aharon proved to be a person capable of great self-sacrifice, a selfless worker, ready to perform any amount of labor in the interest of science. The scientific community will keep and honor the memory of the pioneering research work of an outstanding scholar and an admirably humane personality. Thank you.
Нет, нельзя.
В этом году исполняется 25 лет Иерусалимской русской библиотеки. 25 лет назад это было 300 моих книг, которые я привезла из Москвы. Сейчас это больше 100 тысяч книг, и она самая большая еврейская на русском языке библиотека. Около 5000 абонементов у нас, это читатели. Очень много отделов. И есть отделы уникальные, к нам приезжают из разных университетов работать с этими отделами. Это отдел... Вот сейчас у нас появляется новый отдел, который для нас... Это значит, библиотека будет еще на более высоком, можно сказать, университетском уровне. Потому что такой библиотеки, я думаю, нет нигде. Это библиотека Аharona Долгопольского. И я очень благодарна его жене Ципе и Лиде Подольской, которая дала нам деньги на то, чтобы снять новое помещение. И сейчас я борюсь, я все время за что-нибудь борюсь, потому что библиотека стала первой городской в Израиле на русском языке. А сейчас я борюсь за то, чтобы это было частью нашего фонда и носило имя Аharona Долгопольского. Это очень для нас важно, чтобы это был центр международный. У нас и в другие отделы иногда приезжают работать, но я думаю, что это будет самый международный отдел в нашей библиотеке для лингвистов и израильских, и из других стран.
Браво.
Яко пеле туба вете.